I mean, not. I'm proud of our fight. I think that we could have given up, especially digging that hole the first quarter. Credit to Syracuse, they came out and they just punched us. We were literally on our feet the entire first quarter, giving up offensive rebounds, just getting our shot blocked around the rim. Just couldn't really get into a flow, and that was a big difference maker. To dig ourselves a hole 25-9 first quarter was brutal, because after that we outscored them or tied the rest of the game. So we just have to learn from that, not wait till the third quarter to start playing and running stuff and different action. But I'm proud that we did not give up. We did not implode. We did not argue. We did not. So the chemistry, cohesiveness was good. People that weren't playing their best games, they stayed engaged and about it. So that's important. That's a part of growth for us.
Absolutely. You talked about the slow start. I know that you guys have talked about offensive rebounding because, Arkansas had 25 the other day. Is it a matter of when a team is so long and athletic that maybe you don't know until you get out there what you're facing?
Yeah, when our team, we haven't faced a center like that yet. Who's she's really Izoja. I don't want to say her name wrong, but she's a beast inside. She's like a pro. She's long. She's athletic. She's hard to guard one-on-one. She alters all the shots around the rim, and she has good timing. She doesn't foul. I mean, she had 8 blocks. I don't think I've ever played against anybody that's had 8 blocks, honestly, in my career. But she was changing shots, and she wasn't fouling us. And I think that you don't realize that, but it made us timid around the rim. It made Miriam reluctant to go one-on-one, and it just changed a lot. But I think that we have to do a better job of executing when we try to pull her away from the basket, getting more stuff on the move, driving from different sides. And we just couldn't execute when they had us on our heels and they were denying us, and that gave us a lot of trouble.
They seem to be pretty successful in baseline out-of-bounds plays offensively.
Yeah.
What's your thought there?
Yeah, we're usually solid, overall. I think we probably gave up 8 points in baselines out of bounds probably today. And some of it was miscommunication, like a handoff, not switching, just stuff that we talked about in the scout that kind of hurt us, or just a missed assignment and someone just sneaks in for a shot. And I think our biggest run was 6 points. So every time we kind of got into rhythm, they would combat it with a basket, or we got a steal in our press, and then they go back and they score or get a 3. So I think that our effort in some areas and understanding of the game was hard. So for instance, we coming into the game, Sophie Burrows was 11% from the 3. Well, we gave her 50%, but once someone hits 2 or 3, I think you have to have awareness of that. You can't go out and not put a hand up. So I think some of those things we have to grow in those areas, understanding, like Dominique Darius was running their team really well. Well, we can't continue to not find her in transition for a couple of reasons. She was playing well, getting to the rim, and then she was also looking for the bigs inside. So I think an understanding of the flow of the game and the adjustments in the game, that's an area of growth for us. And, we needed Ty, we needed Miriam today.
Kyla really tried to will you back in the second half. What did you see as the difference between her first half and her second half out there?
I think she was just more aggressive and got some easier stuff, got to the rim, hit an open 3. I think just gained a lot of confidence, and we ran some things to her. And I think just really wanted to win and wanted to will away. And she's the one that helped us get that spark for the run. And also Sanaya. Sanaya was, once again, played another great game. She came in, and she made a difference. I mean, she did it on the rebounding. She controlled some boards. She scored. She was working her butt off. And then just her area of growth is okay, remembering when we're down, we got to get to the press, remember to go to the press. And those are just fatigue things. So she'll work herself out into that, but she's improved so much. And that's her second back-to-back game. So I challenged her the other day. I said, now don't just have one and then default to have a bad one the next game. Put that together and become consistent. That's what great players do. They stay at it. They improve. They look at this game. They're not satisfied. Okay, I did this. Well, this is what I could have done better. Then you work on it. So I had to talk with her about that, and she's done a really good job.
Especially as you guys go into, wrapping up the semester, and you've got it's built where you've got a conference game, and then you've got 3 games to get your feet wet and try to correct some things.
Yeah.
What are you trying to correct in these 3 games?
The first thing, rebounding, would be big, and then our one-on-one defense. So I'm not a coach that. We usually have a really solid defensive team, which makes us good offensively because we would get easy scoring opportunities. So our best defensive team have had really high scoring offenses. For us, we really struggle with defending. And so we need to just long term. We need to be more athletic and longer, like similar to like Syracuse, but shoot it. But I think that for us, we have a very hard time getting stops. So some of that is the mentality. Some of it's just positioning and the understanding. But like we probably put 7 or 8 different defenses today, and I usually never do that. So typically, my teams that we've had together longer would have a defense that's our main core, something we do well, something that eats away time from another team. So if it's a different type of press, I know you have to spend time on that because we're so good at it. You're going to spend practice time against that because we're good at it, and everybody knows we do it. Like if that's trapping on the ball. And then we'll have a secondary where if that's not working, it's more of a contain. We went into our like 7th option. So it was a 2-3, it was a matchup, it was a triangle. We typically don't have to go into our 7th thing. You can go to your 1 and your counter or a different look. But we went into a full court zone, we went into half court zone, we went to zone on a make, zone on a miss. Like we were trying everything because we couldn't get stops. So that's an area that we have to get better. So we have to be able to stop in different ways, whether that's aggressive on the ball and pick and roll or that's passive. We shouldn't have to go to a zone because we can't guard. And we shouldn't have to go to a triangle 2. Shouldn't have to go to zone press, man press. We tried so many things, but I had to because we weren't in, but it got us back in the game. But it's usually when we're at where we need to be, we're so good that you have to adjust to what we do. And we're just not there yet. So, and we may adjust or tweak it, then go back to it, but it's our staple. Right now, we don't have defensively an identity where you're going to say they're really good at this. So we're getting better at a lot of things. We're not excellent at one thing yet.